You check your bank account on the 28th of the month. You've got 3 days until payday, and somehow you're down to $47. But here's the weird part. Last month was a three-paycheck month. You literally got paid an extra time. That's supposedly $2,000, $3,000, maybe $4,000 more than usual hitting your account. So where did it go? You told yourself this time would be different. You'd save it, put it toward debt, build that emergency fund everyone talks about. Instead, it evaporated, and you can't even remember what you spent it on. Look, if this is you, you're not broken. You're not bad with money. You've been programmed. And today, we're going to break that programming. Because on this channel, we decode the financial systems that control your life, the stuff they don't teach in school, the patterns the system profits from while you stay stuck. Here's what we're covering today. First, we're going to break down the math of why the three-paycheck month is a psychological trap, not a financial advantage. Then, we'll look at the exact spending triggers that corporations engineer to capture this money before you can save it. And finally, I'm going to give you 3 specific actions to weaponize these months instead of wasting them. Let's get into it. Here's the thing most people don't understand. A three-paycheck month isn't bonus money. It's your money that the calendar accidentally lined up differently. Let me show you the actual numbers. There are 52 weeks in a year. If you're paid bi-weekly, that's 26 paychecks, not 24, 26. Most months have 4 weeks. That's where your brain gets tricked. You budget for 2 paychecks per month because most months that's what happens. But 52 divided by 12 doesn't equal 4. It equals 4.33. Those extra decimals add up to 2 months where you get a third check. Now here's where it gets brutal. Person A earns $4,000 per month, paid bi-weekly. That's $2,000 every 2 weeks. They budget for $4,000 monthly expenses because that's what they've trained themselves to expect. When the third paycheck hits, they see an extra $2,000. Their brain registers this as surplus, free money, a windfall. Person B earns $4,000 per month, paid monthly. They get one $4,000 check. They never experience this illusion. But here's the truth. Person A and Person B make the same amount annually, $52,000. Person A just gets it in 26 chunks instead of 12. There is no bonus. There is no extra. It's an accounting illusion created by the mismatch between how we're paid and how we're billed. And corporations know this. Let me show you how this gets weaponized against you. Every financial system you interact with is designed around monthly cycles. Your rent, your car payment, your credit cards, your subscriptions, your utilities. They bill you monthly because it matches the psychological rhythm most people operate on. You think in months, you budget in months, you plan in months, but you get paid bi-weekly. This creates a gap, and in that gap, your brain does something fascinating and dangerous. It categorizes money differently based on when it arrives. Paychecks 1 and 2, those are bills money, spoken for, locked in. You don't even consider them flexible because you've already mentally allocated every dollar. Paycheck 3, that's fun money, discretionary, bonus. Behavioral economists call this mental accounting. You treat identical dollars differently based on arbitrary labels your brain assigns them. And here's where the system crushes you. The moment you perceive money as extra, you give yourself permission to spend it emotionally instead of strategically. Target sends you the email about the sale. Amazon recommends the thing you've been watching. Your friends suggest the weekend trip because you can afford it this month. And you don't even notice what just happened. You've been financially pickpocketed by your own psychology. Now, most financial advice will tell you to just save it, put that third paycheck straight into savings. And look, that's not wrong, but it's incomplete. Because here's the myth nobody challenges. The idea that you need to feel financially comfortable before you can save. The average American saves 3.5% of their income. That's $1,820 a year on a $52,000 salary. Do you know what that's worth after 10 years?
With inflation running at 3.4% annually since 2020, that $18,200 you carefully saved has the purchasing power of $13,104. You saved for a decade and lost 28% of your money's value by being responsible. Here's what they don't tell you. Saving isn't about discipline, it's about system design. And the system you're in right now is designed to make saving feel optional and spending feel urgent. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it, but I've got real bills, I've got debt. That third paycheck isn't extra because I'm already behind. I hear you. And you're right, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, there's no such thing as surplus money. But here's the thing you need to understand. If you're using that third paycheck to catch up for past month's shortfalls, you're not solving the problem, you're revealing it. The issue isn't the third paycheck. The issue is that your baseline spending exceeds your baseline income. And until you address that structural problem, every three-paycheck month will just be a temporary band-aid on a hemorrhaging wound. The brutal truth? If you can't make it work on 2 paychecks per month, you won't make it work on 3. Because that third check doesn't change your spending habits, it enables them. So let's talk about what actually works. Here are 3 specific actions you can take starting with your next 3-paycheck month. Action 1. Redirect before you see it. The day before your third paycheck hits, set up an automatic transfer, not after it arrives, before. Move $500, $1,000, or whatever amount you can to a separate savings account you don't have easy access to, not the savings account linked to your checking, a different institution entirely. Why? Because the money you don't see, you don't spend. This isn't willpower, it's friction design. When that paycheck hits, you'll see a smaller number. Your brain won't register the bonus, it'll just process normal income and you'll budget accordingly. Action 2. The debt execution plan. If you have high-interest debt, credit cards above 18%, personal loans above 12%, use your next 3-paycheck month for targeted elimination. Don't spread it across all debts. Pick your highest interest account. Dump the entire third paycheck minus essentials onto that single balance. Let's run the math. You've got a $5,000 credit card at 22% APR. Minimum payment is $150. At that rate, you'll pay it off in 52 months and spend $2,780 in interest. But if you throw an extra $2,000 at it from one 3-paycheck month, you cut the timeline to 18 months and the interest to $890. You just saved $1,890 and brought yourself 34 months of freedom by making one aggressive move. Action 3. The anti-lifestyle inflation lock. Here's how this destroys the trap. Every time your income increases, whether it's a raise, a bonus, or a 3-paycheck month, immediately increase your automatic savings by the same percentage. Got a 5% raise? Increase your automatic transfers by 5%. 3-paycheck month added $2,000? Add $200 to your monthly automation going forward. Here's why this destroys the trap. Lifestyle inflation happens automatically. You make more, you spend more. It's invisible. You don't decide to increase your Uber Eats budget by $80 per month. It just happens. But if you systematically lock in savings increases at the same rate as income increases, you create a counterweight. Your lifestyle improves, yes, but so does your financial foundation. And 5 years from now, when your income is up 30%, your savings rate is also up 30%. That's how you build wealth without suffering. Look, the 3-paycheck month isn't the problem. The problem is the system that taught you to see your own money as a surprise, that trained you to budget reactively instead of strategically, that profits from your confusion. Every time you blow that third paycheck, you're not failing, you're performing exactly as designed. The system wins when you stay stuck in the cycle. But now you know. You know the math, you know the psychological triggers, you know the actions. The next 3-paycheck month is your move. If this hit you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more breakdowns on the systems that control your money, subscribe. Because on Wealth Unwired, we don't do financial fairy tales. We do the brutal truth. I'll see you in the next one.